Well, hey friends, welcome back. Day 3, I think, of working on the Volkswagen 1971 Volkswagen Beetle. This is my daughter's car. They've got a great deal on. There's a lot that has to happen with this car, kind of on a timeline. That's a whole different story. But right now, I'd like to get this thing going and running. So follow along today as we kind of do a little bit of work on this engine to get it ready to put in the car and get us one step closer to making it drive. All right, before I get into the engine stuff, just a little update here. Annie's out here killing it, getting some sound deadener going in the car on the floor. This is gonna be really nice. I mean, Volkswagens are pretty quiet anyway, but this is just gonna really take a lot of the road noise and everything out. So she's working on that and getting it filled in there. We do have a carpet kit that'll go in after that. And I'm over here working on the engine. We identified in the last video that it had an oil leak. There, you can even see some of the evidence of it. But we narrowed it down to this rear main seal, and honestly, if you got a car apart like this, you might as well swap out a rear main seal. So we've got a new part for that. A couple other things on this engine I want to get done. We've kind of agreed we need to get it just in the car and going, so I'm not going to tear it all down, paint the tin and everything like that. We have a couple things we do need to fix. This valve cover is obviously leaking, so I need to get a new gasket on that and fix that. And I've got to solve a problem on my exhaust. It has stock exhaust in there, and this is where I need your guys' help as Volkswagen experts. Maybe you can tell me how to do this. It has stock exhaust, which I think we need to keep and get the hoses and everything so that we can run through the heater channels in the car, because I live in Colorado and she'll be driving it in the wintertime. And I know it's not the best, but we do need some sort of heat in the car. So my issue with the exhaust is I do want to run the heat channels on this thing and connect them and make them all work in the car. But I don't want to run this silly stock muffler. So the other thing I got to do, this is an aside. This is like, I got to race this car in a race. It's a friendly race. It's fun. I'm not trying to win the whole thing. I kind of am trying to win. I'm going to do my best. But anyway, I have good exhaust for this thing, like nice, good header for it that I want to have on there in the race. But afterwards, we're going to put some decent exhaust back on the car. Decent as in quiet, and has the heat channels so that she can drive the car in the wintertime. But I got to get rid of this muffler, this old stock original thing. It's rusty, it's gross. I know it is not very performance. My question for you Volkswagen experts, is there a good solution to have a decent exhaust that runs good, flows well, sounds good, but also retains the heat channels on the engine? Put a comment down below, shoot me an email, whatever you got to do to reach out. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram. Show me what you've done, tell me what you've done, so that I don't waste a bunch of time and money buying different exhaust systems. Okay, there is down there, that's in our parts, that's the header that I'm going to put on there eventually. So, well, I'm going to get it on there, and then I'll get back to eventually these heat, running the heat channels. I know that doesn't make much sense, but just follow me. Tell me what good exhaust I can put on this car that I can retain the heat channels. Okay, so my goals for today, again, this is the way I do it. You guys do what you want, but I have to, on any of these projects, I got to just keep moving forward, right? I got to march forward and get things done. And I like to set small goals that I can reach each day. My goal today is I want to get this engine ready for my new valve cover gasket. I need to get new exhaust gaskets. Some of these had evidence of leaking, and I want to put my header on. And I need to get my flywheel, clutch, and everything set up on this as well with the new rear main seal. So to affect all this, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drain the oil that's out of, I don't even know how much is in there, but I'm gonna drain it out and get ready to change that valve cover. And then we'll put on our flywheel and everything on the back of the engine, and then we should probably be able to call this a day. It's a good thing I'm draining the oil out of here. It looks like it's pretty dirty, and it might have a little gas in there. Hopefully that doesn't indicate anything worse going on with the engine, but good. We'll get that draining. While it's draining, I'm going to pop out this rear main seal. There you have it. Let's clean this up. not gonna mess with our shims that are in there. I'm gonna just assume that that's all right. Okay, new rear main seal. Looks good. I have my Okinawan rubber hammer, and I'm taking the old seal, putting it up against the new one, and I'm just gonna tap it in. I'm gonna try not to whack my fingers again.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Guess what I went and got for you?
Hey, and
Are you filming? Sorry.
yes, Santa Claus delivers a power steering pump because that Camaro's been sitting out there for about 3 days. Went to AutoZone, right? Got a power steering pump, ordered it. All these things take a day because it takes a day to get it in. Ordered it, got it, came home. Izzy and I went out to the car, swapped it out, put it in the car, put fluid in it, and it ran right out the seal. Power steering pump was bad. Took it all back out. Said I'm never going back there again. Went to O'Reilly's, ordered one. Got it out, went to put it in the car. Wrong power steering pump. It didn't have the right alignment with bolts. So took it back. Ordered another one. Allegedly, this is the right one. So maybe we'll throw that thing in the car tonight, which means I'm gonna have to take a little break from Volkswagen stuff. But we did get somewhere down the road. We did get a rear main seal in. I'll bring you back once we have a power steering pump in a Camaro. All right. Well, I had to take a little TV time out there to go work on my other daughter's car, the Camaro. Super frustrating. I put the new power steering pump in because we bought a new one, put it in and it leaked. Put the new one in and it leaks. Right around between the reservoir and the pump itself there. It leaks right out that seal. Second one. So I'm just trying to think on it before I go burn down the parts store. Make sure I'm not doing something wrong. We're back on the Volkswagen. I just got to get something done tonight. Annie's in there killing it on the interior, and I've got to get this motor moving forward. So we dropped the oil out of it. Tomorrow I'm going to pick up valve cover gaskets. We put the new, just got done pounding in the new rear main seal. I'm going to put a little bit of oil on there, and then we're going to put on our new flywheel. And I'll tell you, a new flywheel, this is really nice because you can go on to J-Bugs and get one of these for 67 bucks. Free shipping if your order's over 100 bucks. Those guys don't give me anything to tell you that. In fact, they don't even know I'm mentioning them in the video, but it was worth it to me to get the new flywheel because the other one, the ring gear was all chewed up on and it needed resurfaced. And so this one had all the new stuff. I knew I couldn't get a flywheel resurfaced for that amount of money, or maybe I could. It probably cost about the same. So anyway, new flywheel. I'm going to put it in there. We also got a new lock washer for the nut that goes on there and holds it on. We're going to stick that stuff on, lube it up first, stick it all on, and then we'll start putting our clutch plate on and everything like that. Okay, here goes nothing. Okay, that was easy. Got our new gland nut. I'm going to put a little bit of Loctite on this, run it in, and then look up the torque values, and we'll torque it down to spec. All right, put a little Loctite on the old gland nut there, have the new lock washer on it. We'll start bringing it down. Now the torque setting, according to Volkswagen, is 253 foot-pounds, which is a lot. Thankfully, I got my torque wrench here that goes up to 250. We're gonna, if we can get that close, we'll call it good. So I've just got to find a way to lock this flywheel in position so it doesn't turn on me, and we'll start bringing that thing and we'll torque it on down. 36 millimeter socket. Start bringing it down. Okay. Well, great. There's 150. Should be pretty entertaining. Oh, look at that. We got it. That's 250. And just for good measure, there's 253. All right. Woo! All right, I'm gonna take a breather, then we'll put a clutch on. All right, one thing that we need to do here, since I thought about it, it should have been good. This is a good running engine, but with a new flywheel on there, we should go ahead and check our end play. So I went ahead and after we had it torqued down and everything, might not be perfectly correct, but I checked our end play on here. And we get 6 thousandths, maybe 7. There's 5, 6 thousandths end play. I think the book says from 3 to 5 thousandths. I'm gonna just roll with this. I'm not gonna tear this all back apart for 1 thousandth. There's 5 right there. I think it's good. I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and proceed with throwing our clutch together on this thing. All right. Oh, this is gonna be nice. It's gonna look good. Before I seal that thing up for good, I'm gonna go down into the depths of the engine rebuilding stuff and let's get some white grease out here. That's good. It shoots out the back of this. That's perfect. That's exactly where you want it to come out. Let's get it in there inside the gland nut, inside our little roller bearings inside that guy. I guess we'll just squeeze it and wherever it comes out, that's where we'll take it. All right. And now we want to make sure we don't have any of that on our flywheel surface. Let's go ahead and set that on. And then we'll go ahead and bring our pressure plate on here. We're going to bring this thing down to 10 foot-pounds initially all the way around, and then we'll go back around one more time at 18, and we'll call it good. All right, I'm going to show you a little trick. Don't get too excited. I do own a torque wrench. I'm just going to pull these down a little bit. Just making a touch. Just making a touch, that's it. We're not torquing them down. Making sure that thing still slides in and out real easy. Bring them down till they touch. That's it. Don't get excited. Okay. Now I was going to use my giant torque wrench, but it didn't go down this low. So we got our Pittsburgh from China torque wrench. Let's go around and bring them down evenly. Now we're coming down to 10. There's 10 foot-pounds. Okay, let's bring it down to 18. There's 18. Okay, we're happy with that. That's torqued into place. Man, I think it's time to call it a night. All right, before I shut it down for the night, I noticed, I'll show you this. This leaky valve cover, I need to replace the gasket, so I thought I might as well prep that. This one's black, that one's red. I don't have this red paint to match, but I do have black paint. So I'm gonna rip this thing off. I'm excited about this because getting under a valve cover, you can tell a lot about an engine, how it's been treated, what kind of condition it's in. And then we'll clean up that valve cover, get ready for a new gasket, and paint it. So let's see what it looks like under there. Yeah, okay. I mean, I've seen worse. It's not too bad. Let's get you in close. It's not too bad. It's pretty clean. Actually looks a lot cleaner than it initially did. That's good. I just got to peel this old gasket out of here and scuff that up and spray some black paint on it. Okay, winding down, just about shut down for the night. I made that red valve cover black. I just kind of super cleaned it, wiped it all down, scuffed it, dried it. There you go. More importantly, I want to show you guys how the interior's coming along. This is all Annie's work. She killed it in here, did a good job. This is Silas brand sound deadener and stuff you get off of Amazon. It's pretty good. I've used it in other cars before and it really does a good job of, you know, just deadening everything, make it sound quieter. It's good. It should be really nice inside this Volkswagen. Now the next move we got to make is to install carpet. We have front and back carpet, I think, inside those boxes. Ready to go into the car. All right, that's it. Short video tonight. I sure appreciate everybody kind of hanging in there and watching this. I really wanted to get this engine in the car and running by this weekend, but I guess it didn't happen. Hey, follow along. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. I'd love to see you guys come back, watch some more videos. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Help me out. We'll see you on the next one.